Hello there. Hi, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. Thanks for thinking about me. Yeah, I know you say it's been a long time. Yes, but I've been putting stuff together, man. I've been putting things together. So I'm here today. For those of you who are wondering who is talking, this is John, and this is a program of mine with John. And I'm here trying to get on your mind. Yeah, no, today you're not going to see me. I know most often when I send you video, you see me hanging in a corner there and talking. And the reason you're not going to see me today because today is this video is very important, and I want for you to pay attention to the video, to the slide, and not me, because sometimes people pay more attention to me and my background, than paying attention to to the slide. But I want for you to pay keen attention to this slide. Today we're talking about the other side of coronavirus, but we're talking about the change. This year we all came to this year hoping that our life will be as beautiful as this city. Yeah, I'm somewhere right behind here in this city. Yeah, that's what I am. And I'm sure that you are somewhere here too. That's by imagination, okay? I mean that by imagination. But I believe that this year, when you made your resolution for this year, your hope and aspiration was to have a wonderful time, to maybe fly to a city like this, or maybe fly from a city like this to somewhere where you are going to just enjoy. And then something happened, and then the change came. So today we're going to be talking about two things. I'm going to be talking to you about the change, and then I'm going to be talking directly to you about you. So two things pay attention to. I'm talking about the change, and now I want to talk to you. Once again, this is the program The Mind with John, and I'm here on The Mind with you. We never in our life have we ever imagined the idea that schools, what's going on in schools today? How about our favorite restaurant? I mean, I don't know, but never in my mind did I ever think that life will be like this. That we will go away from our freedom to the mass era. The era of mass where you gotta be mass up. You know, time passed, it was doctors and nurses who wore masks, and it means that they were doing something that they needed to protect themselves. Either they were in isolation, doing surgery, or doing something, but it has changed, man. Today, people are walking in the street. Before then, when you see someone like that in the street, you will wonder what's wrong with him. Has he gone mad? But today we gotta go like this. Wherever we go. So we are now living in the mass era. The change that coronavirus have brought to you and myself. Before then, when you see someone like this, you will wonder why. What's wrong with him? But today, you know what you're wondering now? You're wondering what's wrong with him. You see, he got a mask on, but it's under his chin. But you're wondering what's wrong with him? Is he going crazy? Why is it that he does not have a mask on? Don't he know that we are in the mask era? If you see somebody you want, are they 6 feet? Well, what's wrong with them? Haven't they heard the news? Yeah, today you don't ask when you see someone like this in the grocery store. Why? Because there is a new no, there is a change that has come. I never imagined that we would be teachers right in our home. Neither did I ever think. And I know you didn't think that you were going to be teacher for your children because you never thought that school would ever close besides the snow day, especially for us in the United States, or the sun is too hot out there, so there is this stay home or too much rain. Never did I imagine that school will close where students will stay home. Our universities all closed. Students are now taking courses online. Today we have become teachers out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. No plan. We didn't go to teacher training school, but today we are now the teachers in our home, teaching our children. Teachers, they didn't think that they were going to be teaching from home. Students all over, teaching them from right in their living room, in their basement, trying to control them online. They never thought. That's a change that has come in our community, a change that has come right in our living rooms. Universities, change has come. Students pay to go on the dormitory, they can't go. They had to leave. What a change. Have you ever imagined about when last you went to a restaurant? Your favorite restaurant. I don't know if yours is Olive Garden. Does it sound familiar? When last you took your families to eat? When last you took that wonderful lady to her favorite restaurant for a date? Are you hungry? Oh yes, we are hungry. But change has come. Today we can't go out like we want to go. We are yearning to take our families out. We are yearning to take our spouses out. Just to have that social time. I miss it though. Sitting there and looking at everybody else eating, and some eating like food is going out of style, and you're waiting on, your server to come, and you get a little bit tipsy because you're hungry, and they ask you, what else do you want to drink? What can we start you off with? I miss it, man. But that's a change that has come, and we have accepted it not by choice. Have you ever imagined not going to church? I mean, did you ever imagine that you would not go to church, that church will be closed? I mean, I thought in time like this, we're supposed to go to church to pray for the nation, to pray for the situation. That's what my thought was. I thought we will go to the malls and pray to Allah and pray for God to bless our nation. But today, out of my imagination and yours, you can't go to church. And I know some of us who are church rats, we miss this because it's like our life was church. But today you can't go to church. You can't go to the mosque. Of all, how do we pray? What a change. Today someone say, oh, that's the devil. The devil don't want us to go to church. Sometimes the devil gets so much blame for things that he's not even responsible for. But this is a change. That you can't go to church. You got to stay home and Zoom, and pastors are pushing on Zoom or conference call. What a change. What a change. Coronavirus has brought all these different changes in our life. And it happened overnight. Nobody planned for this or prepared for it, but these changes happen overnight. Have you imagined flying and you got to mask up? Your next flight, I don't know when last you took a flight, but I know for the past few months, everything was down. But for your next flight, you will have to wear a mask. Few months ago, when they tell you that you got to put mask on you in a plane, you're scared because it means that something is going wrong. It means that something is about to happen. When that mask comes down and they are giving the instruction how to put it on, you are worried. First of all, you're praying that it never happened. Oh, yes. I always say, well, I know it's not going to happen. And some of us don't pay attention because we think it will not happen. But today you got to mask up, man. And that's a change. That is a change. And that's a change that you have to accept in order for you to fly. It's not by will, whether you like it or not. You got to accept because all the major planes or flights are now saying you got to wear masks to get in the planes. What a change. We used to wear masks because there's a danger about to happen, but now we're going to be wearing it as pleasure, as a pleasure in the plane. What a change, man. This year, you can't go to that convention. You can't go to that family gathering. You can't go to that church convention. And I miss it though. You see, because when you go to convention or these family conferences or business conferences, the energy in there, man, you know what I'm talking about. The energy in there is, it is so great that you feel the anxiety, you feel the zeal, man. Especially sometimes when you're speaking from on stage and you see people, you can look in people's eyes and you see changes taking place. But unfortunately, it can't happen this year. That's a change, man. That's a change that has come, and it's not a change that you decided. It's not a change that you were part of, but it's a change that has come, brought upon us, a broad change brought upon us by coronavirus. And unfortunately, you had no choice. I had no choice but to accept these changes that has come and live according to them. It is not by will, neither by choice. It's a must. You can't go to your church conference this year. Your family gathering, you can't go because of the social distance rules, mass rules. I know some people are trying to break it though, but you see, when you break the law, there's a consequence. There's a consequence that comes. So some of those who are breaking the will face a consequence. You don't have to go to jail or pay a fine, but you're gonna pay the health consequence to that. So I hope that you are not breaking no rule. I hope that you are following the rules, the guidelines as it come or a change. That's what you call change. Today, we all have seen changes in our life. We have seen changes in our community. In fact, the whole world is changing. It's not just you who changing. The whole world is changing. In fact, the whole world has changed. And the good news is that they have accepted the change that has come. Yeah. Coronavirus. The other side of coronavirus is the changes that it has brought in our life, and brought changes that we have accepted by force, not because we are willing, but because it is good. Some are good, some are against us, but if it will save you, then why not accept it? So today I just want to talk to you about those changes. These are the changes that have come, and I'm glad you accepted it and you are living it. Now we're looking at a plane here. And if you look at this plane, it does not look like a ascending, it looks like a descending. So now let me talk to you. I have just talked about the changes that has happened in our life, the changes that have been brought upon us by coronavirus. Now let me just talk to you for the next 2-3 minutes. Because you might be in this plane. You might be in this plane, because if you are not in this plane, I'm hoping that you are there by imagination, because this plane is landing in the new era. So it's time for you to start planning how to land in the new era of our life, our new norm. These changes that has come, washing your hands. Did you have time to wash your hands? No, but you accept it and you are doing it. Mask on your face. Did you have time? No. How long did it take you to learn how to mask your face? It didn't take you no time. You made it time and you learned it. Self-quarantine. Working from home. Worshiping from your home, from your bedroom, from in your nightgown. Zooming calls, conference calls, social media platform. We have all mastered these changes overnight. That's a good part, but we mastered them. I say what? Overnight. We made a time for it. We didn't have time, but we made a time. If years ago someone had told you that you need to mask up, you would say, no, I don't have time. But now you are masking up. Few days ago, my daughter, who is a teenager, ran out of the house to go to the store. And within few minutes, she came back, knocked to the door, and came inside. And mommy asked, what happened? She said, oh, I left my mask. Teenager saying, I left my mask because that's the new norm. Now she is saying that she cannot go out into the street without her mask. 2 years ago, if you had told her to wear a mask in the street, she would tell you first, I ain't got time to do that. And it will make me to look ugly in the street. But today, she has accepted it. Now, what's the difference between 2 years ago and now? The problem is that we have always had the spirit of change. We have always had the potential to change. But many of us have refused to change. You remember the last time somebody told you or offered you an opportunity that could have changed your life? And what did you say? Oh, I ain't got time to do that. I'm too busy. I ain't able to do that. Were you able to master or no? But you learned it, right? And you learned it overnight. Were you able to work from home? No. But you learned it. You learned it overnight. Were you able to do Zooming? No. But you learned it overnight. But in the past, when someone offered you something that could have changed your life, do you know that most of the opportunities have passed you by that you didn't accept? Yeah, I'm talking about the time someone offered you something and the first thing, oh, I don't have time. Is it real? Because we were in our comfort zone. Because I believe that some of us have missed opportunities that came our way that could have changed the trajectory of our life. And we miss it because we have so many excuses. Why didn't you give an excuse for washing your hand this time? Why didn't you give an excuse for masking up? Why didn't you give an excuse for quarantine? Why did you say, oh, I ain't able to work from home? But we accepted these changes, and today it has changed our life, and we are enjoying it. So the question I want to ask you is, We are moving into the new era of our life. Are you prepared? Are you prepared for the change that will come? Are you ready? What are you doing now so that you can change your life for tomorrow? What are you doing? What's your plan? Are you still reacting to the effect of this coronavirus? Or are you responding to the changes that it has brought? Because there's a difference between reaction and response. You see, response is calculative. Response is a planned reaction. You see, reaction is emotional. Sometimes we react based on our emotion and our anger, and it just happens. We just act without thinking. When are you going to stop reacting and start responding? Because in order for us to move into the new era of our life, our new norm, we got to plan to respond to our present situation. What will happen tomorrow when you go back to your job and they tell you, said, your hours are reduced? What will be your response? What will happen tomorrow when you go back to your job and they tell you, say, we are closing this department? What will be your response? What's your plan for the new norms that we are getting into? And that's the question I want for you to sit down today and think about. What will be my response if tomorrow I go to my job and they tell me that my job have been canceled, my contract have been canceled, my hours have been cut? What will be your response? I'm not talking about your reaction. I'm talking about your response. But you see, you got to plan for those changes because it's coming, man. I'm sorry to tell you, it's coming. Your hours going to be cut. You're going to be jobless. You know, it's coming. What are you doing today so that when it comes tomorrow, you can say, well, I already got plans in place for it. Because those are changes that are coming. You better plan for it now, man. It's time to plan for it. It's time. It's time to plan for it. So that's why it's time to start descending into the new era because the new era is there. Our new norm is there. It's not going to be like before. Let me let you know. Our new norm is going to be different from our normal before. So it's time, man. It's time for you to plan. It's time for you to plan to respond and stop reacting. Once again, there's the program, The Mind with John. And I'm John here trying to get on your mind today. So it's time. It's time for you to descend. You see, mentally, I want for you to put yourself in this plane and start descending into the new era, the mass era, the era of change. That's what we're heading to. And you can't head into this era by reacting. You got to head there by responding. It's time to start planning to respond. Because we are heading there. It's here. It's here. We are heading to a new era of normalcy. It's not going to be like before. So it's time for you to plan. Once again, this is John on the Mind, here trying to get on your mind. I hope you have learned something from this recording today because it was all meant for you. Have a wonderful time. God bless you. I love you.